To pray, there's no angels where I go. Only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kiru's show here. Now, whenever we last left off, the Justice League has been destroyed, left in ruins. The only thing remaining of them being the Watchtower, floating up in space. The core 7 are dead, the original 7. Now the Justice League is nothing more than an idea led by people who don't want to show their face. Anyways, let's begin with Dick Grayson. He is trying to figure this out. He is trying to contact any heroes possible, anyone he can. After all of this shit happened, things have been going crazy. In fact, he has reached out to Supergirl, The Flash, anyone he can find, only to realize that they are all dead. Now you have nothing but the A-class heroes, since they were all considered to be S rank and above. Now, with that being said, this is where he would have gone down to the elevator shaft, finding Jiro and helping her, taking her to the medical bay and getting her checked out. As let's cut to the following week. Villains have been on the rise, and because of the hero's death, they have been doing nothing more than trying to wreak chaos across the earth. You have people like Scarecrow and a lot of the Batman villains, along with the Flash villains, slowly but surely all coming out of the woodwork, basically making it to where all the heroes on duty are having trouble, the world basically falling apart at the seams. Now, with Jiro. Jiro would wake up in a hospital bed, and at least try to get up, and try to move, only to be told by, well, let's say Superboy, Superman's son, so the real, not the real, but I'm confusing myself, Superman, that this is going to be a lot more difficult. Oh, hi, what are you talking about? Oh, Kayoka, well, you're not going to like what I have to say. Not to like it. Just get on with it. Well, good news or bad news? Whatever. Okay, good news is you're alive. And that we think we know who the Batman is. Batman? As her eyes do widen, and she remembers what was happening. She just remembers him blasting her with pure fear, and everything she felt in that second. She felt completely helpless. Now, with that being said, she would just ask exactly who is it? As you would just say that she's going to need to sit down first. And, well, it's not going to be easy to explain. First off, you do remember how we get into the Justice League Watchtower, right? Yes, we need to use our fingerprints. Her stopping short. Then asking exactly what does that mean? He was a member of the Justice League? Well, he was. But then something happened to him. Something bad. Something that we're not even sure of. There's many different theories, but there's one for sure. Zatanna just walking into the room and asking Jiro if she would like to try and contact Midoriya. It is possible that they might be confused about the situation. If one of their ideas is true, then it will at least be supported by seeing Midoriya. If the second idea is true, then they won't see him at all. Won't see him. What are you talking about? As she would finally stand up, Dick Grayson, or Damien, finally just breaking and saying that it's possible that your boyfriend might still be alive. Her just looking at him. And her innate reaction is almost immediate. Her ring, her red one, nearly falls off of her hand. And she basically has to try and fix it, trying to keep it on. As she would just say that that's not possible. Looking up from her hand, saying that she saw his body. He's dead. Yes, he is. But he might have been brought back. Zatanna doing one single thing. She grabs Jiro by her hand, or at least extends it out to her, taking her hand and saying that this will help them quite a bit. And she just begins to recite something backwards, trying to reach out for Midoriya's soul. Now, they would pull it forward and find it. It is chaos where it went, and it is very weird. Midoriya seeing Jiro, and Jiro seeing him. As her eyes well up with tears and she would go to, hug him. As soon as she touches him, she completely phases through him. And then asks Zatanna, why isn't this working? She thought she could. I'm sorry, but you can't. Listen, these are spirits, not people. Now, she then just start a conversation, asking Midoriya how he has been, along with trying to get more information about what happened with him and where he is. Her not really saying a single word. Just watching as Zatanna works her magic. Pun intended. Now, with that, Midoriya would just begin talking, saying that it's nice to see you guys again. In fact, I believe it's been a while. Him walking forwards directly in front of Jiro, and saying that it seems like just yesterday he was still there. But I have a question. What have you guys done about Mongol? Is he still a threat to the Earth? No, he isn't. As far as we know, he's still out in space. Now, this is whenever Jiro would just give up, asking a question. Is he alive? You said that we're reaching out for his soul, but we can just go see his body. Zatanna just saying that that's not really something that's good. As Midoriya would just say that he's not too sure. Lately, he's been feeling something tugging him and pulling at him. He first felt it a couple hours after he died. He's not too sure, but for some reason I'm not allowed in because of it. Not allowed? Allowed in where? Well, surprise, surprise. Apparently I'm innocent, I guess you can say, after everything I've done. Even after everything Umbrex put me through. Jiro just tearing up a bit, saying that she misses him a lot. I know you do. But I've just been wandering. I'm not too sure as to where I am right now. The fact that you can even call me forward shows me that, well, Even I can have hope. Midoriya just brings his hand up, going to touch Jiro's face and wanting to kiss her. As soon as he makes contact with her, his hand would just move forwards, moving through it. And you can see the frustration. As he just says that he's happy he did this for her. He's happy he gave her life. He's happy that she was able to stay alive. I don't know what I would do if I lost you. You're... As Jiro just finished the sentence, I'm your lightning rod, aren't I, dummy? Well, as she just begins to tear up a bit more. Susanna telling her that she's sorry to do this, but they have to go. Midoriya is saying that they will meet again. That is a promise. Midoriya, you can't really promise me something. Especially when you're... As he would just disappear. Zatanna is saying that actually he might be able to. What do you mean? He's wandering, remember? Why do lost souls wander? Now, with that she would just do one thing. She would ask to go use the teleporter and get back down to Earth. Her basically being told by everyone that that has been destroyed. And they're currently installing a replacement. It took a while to try to make, but with Batman's company, he basically had blueprints ready. It just needed time to be built. So, I need you to just stay here and we can wait till all this goes over. Then we can go back down there and figure this all out. Jiro just looking at him and walking away. As she decides to do one thing. She flies out and heads straight for Metropolis and heads for the graveyard. As she goes directly to Midoriya's tombstone, looking at it and just thinking. From what they said that Midoriya is wandering. He can't find his body? That this is his body, right? Have I just been talking to a rock for the last year and a half? Is that it? Is that all I've been doing? He's not down there. He's not resting. He's suffering. He saved me, and yet I can't even make sure that he stays safe even after that. As she would just do one thing. She brings her hands up and runs it over the name. And she just stops it on the day. The day her life turned upside down. The day she felt like she lost everything. Even if you gave her back her quirk, she would give it up if it meant keeping him alive. Now, this is whenever she would just decide that she needs to know the answer. It's crazy and it's probably going to get her arrested. But right now, everyone's burning down the city. So this grave robbery is the least of people's problems. As she creates a construct. A giant claw. And digs it into the ground. Unburying Midoriya's grave. As whenever she finally does at least get further down, she opens the casket and finds there to be nothing. Nothing but an empty box. Confused. And she does feel that rage again. She feels like her ring just got tighter on her finger. She feels like things aren't supposed to be like that. Who has the nerve to do this to someone like him? He's lost so much. He has done so much. He's been a victim to so many different things. Bear witness to them, even though he didn't want to. As one person would just walk up behind her, telling her that, that's illegal, right? Her turning around and looking up. to see one person. It is a random woman. And she just goes on saying that you're not even supposed to be doing that here. Then again, where's the body? I'm guessing you took it. What? No, This isn't what it looks like. Really. Because to me it looks like you're grave robbing. Well, I mean, grave robbing implies that there's a body to take something from. Really now. There's really nothing down there? Nope, not really. Right now, I'm just trying to find out exactly what is going on. Apparently, my boyfriend, after he died, someone dug him up and is hiding his body somewhere. You know, you can't really hide a body very well without there being some weird smell, right? Okay. So, you think they brought him back? The lady reaching into the back of her pockets. And Jiro is saying that possibly. She wasn't told the whole story. In fact, she's fairly certain that someone is doing something. Either they, well, what is it? Magic exists, there's something else. I think it was called, what was it? Well, there's something called a white lantern, but that's out of the question. And then there's, as this lady would just pull something out of her back pockets and spray it in Jiro's face. Jiro, very confused, as she takes a deep breath and begins to at least hallucinate. The lady telling Jiro sweet dreams as she would close her eyes. Now, with that being said, let's cut back to a week before with Midoriya. After Midoriya came back from his mission, his hallucinations got worse. In fact, Ra's al Ghul, they had to take his ring. He had no power in it, and they had to throw him inside of a room, one that Ra's al Ghul himself has people monitor. Midoriya is basically going insane. Inside his mind, you have multiple different conflicts. The real Midoriya's mind remembering memories. Well, you do have the other one. You have Batman inside of his head, along with this new version of himself. His Lazarus Pit version. The one that feels the rage, but no remorse. Who is taught emotion and how to mimic it. Can't actually feel it. Pain is the only emotion he truly knows. Him going through things. Hearing Shazam's voice, hearing Batman's, his own, and even Jiro's voice. He recognizes her voice in particular, though. Her voice was the same girl at the watchtower. Why is she here? Why is she something calming? Why is she calling out for him? Why does he feel better? Midoriya not sure. As he basically just curls up into a ball and doesn't move for a while, focusing on her, that girl. Eventually, after a couple hours, Ra's al Ghul would have come by, along with Talia, trying to congratulate him on his mission. Then again, they also do want to know what is going on with him, that being the first priority. And Midoriya, he's not too sure, as he hears multiple different conflicts in his head. Don't kill, murder them all, burn it to the ground. Take their place. They aren't doing the League any good. Take their place. And sit on a throne. Become the new immortal. Heroes don't kill. I really do like you, Midoriya. Izuku. Red Crimson, how about that for a name? Well, then call me Burning Desire. Midoriya is just remembering some of his old memories, as he starts to scream again and claw away his face, trying to get rid of these. Now, eventually he would be put in a straitjacket, along with chained up. Now, with that, he is basically told by Rachel and Cool that he needs to just calm down, and that if they need to, they will possibly go get more of Lazarus water. The pit can heal you, child. Then again, you do need to be careful. Too many trips in there will warp your mind beyond a point you can comprehend. Now, with that, let's cut back over to the vigilante ultraviolet power. The ultraviolet power, after it stayed on Earth for a while, decided to leave, heading for space. It wanted to do right, it wanted to be a hero, but then it felt weird, it felt odd. Sticking in one place like this, it does not belong here. And it would just do one thing. It would go, leave the planet and head out. As it does one single thing. It heads in the direction that it feels like it needs to. There's something this way. There's something important over here. Now, with that, the construct would just head straight for the Red Lantern homeworld and want to talk with him. Talk with Atrocitus and find out exactly what is going on. As it would arrive. Whenever it does, quite a lot of people do just stare at it and look at him. This place has become a bit of a, well, not a new planet or a homeworld or a peaceful one. It has become scarred. Scarred by what seems like buildings. Places that just exist. You can see them far and wide. People do try and get along here, but usually they still want to beat the shit out of you. As people try and stop him. Going to blast at him and telling him that he is trespassing. This ultraviolet power taking down these core members with ease. Creating constructs and just cutting them in pieces. As people do at least look at him. Eventually, someone does say something. As Blazer just steps forwards, with anger in her voice, screaming at the sky, saying that he has a lot of nerve coming back here, Midoriya. Not a lot of people understand who that is. Before, at least one person would start to scream, saying that that is the vessel of Umbrax. Midoriya just looking at her, and then looking around again. Before, she does look down at his hand. There's no red ring. In fact, the last time she saw him, she's fairly certain he had multiple rings. So where is it? Now she does ask him this question. Where is your Red Lantern ring? My ring? I don't know. As Midoriya just created a projection. It being the events that happened, Midoriya gave the ring away. And then he was dropped into something. It just cutting to what happened. The ultraviolet power killing guards, skipping over the whole human version of himself. Bleez and quite a lot of people are just looking at him, as they do think. This is peculiar. Umbrax, well, Apparently he thinks he's Izuku Midoriya. Or Izuku Midoriya thinks he's Umbrax. He turned into a pure emotion. That cannot be possible. Now, with that, this is eventually whenever Atrocitus would walk out and see the situation. Midoriya, as soon as he sees him, feels anger. He does feel rage, thinking about who this man might be. This being whenever Atrocitus would try and blast Midoriya. Midoriya just bringing up his left arm and creating a construct out of nothing. And it would just watch as the construct hits it and he just sends his own blast of shame directly at Atrocitus. This going straight through his rage and blasting him backwards on his back. Him confused. A lot of people just watching as this version of Midoriya begins to walk forwards. Quite a lot of people do try and step in to defend their leader. However, it is ineffective. This version of Midoriya taking them down and murdering them without a second thought. There is no hesitation, not even a flinch in the movements. It's all just one swift, clean cut. Along with the fact that he does catch Red Lantern rings out of the air when they're trying to fly away. And look at that. Currently holding at least 5 in his hand. And bringing his other hand up. Putting them all, closing his palms and just corrupting his rings. Before putting them up in the air, and they would be sent flying off. Atrocitus is not too sure what he just did, as this version of Midoriya would just say, Jiro, Atrocitus, Red Lantern. In itself at least looking human for a second, with the way its eyes register something. Something just clicked. It remembers this planet. As it then does one single thing. It turns around and throws up its hands, beginning to blast shame in every single direction. As quite a lot of people do try and fight this construct. However, that would be largely ineffective. A lot of people being blasted away and murdered in a single hit. As this version of Midoriya has an idea. He's remembered doing this. He knows what to do here. As he just walks towards the Red Lantern power battery and stares at it, thinking, I need to know what I am. That's being the only words it could say. A lot of people looking at him. The way he said those words, distorted, groggy, not even sounding human himself, unsure as what he even is. He turned into, well, a monster. Umbrax, he at least expressed something. He held a smile when he murdered people. This one, though, this one's just pure emotionless. Maybe an entire psychopath. In a completely different ballgame. Power unrestrained from morality. Now, with that being said, Midoriya would just then hold out his hand and reach into the battery. As he turns on his shame, flowing emotion into it. Only enough to gain access and temporary control. The rings that do feed off of the power battery right now are beginning to be corrupted. Some people's uniforms starting to change, at least taking on a bit of the shame that comes with their rage. As the 5 rings that were sent out would seek users, of the Ultraviolet Lantern Corps. Now, with that being said, I do believe I can leave it off there. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. Now, I'm gonna go downstairs and watch Tokyo Ghoul Season 3. So, I'm gonna do that, and then hopefully I'll be able to post a video tomorrow before work. Anyway guys, I do hope you enjoyed.